One night, one match, one shot at the Portland Sports Arena. Some have never looked back. Others, we never saw again. Welcome to One Match Wonders, where we shine the light on the forgotten names and surprising cameos from Don Owen's Portland Wrestling. I'm Frank Culbertson, your host, and today we've got 3 fascinating footnotes, each with a story worth remembering. August 5th, 1975. If you blink, you missed it. Dr. Jerry Graham wrestled to a draw with Matty Suzuki. That was it. No follow-up, no fanfare. But let's not confuse brevity with insignificance. Dr. Jerry Graham was one of wrestling's true legends. In the 50s and 60s, he routinely sold out Madison Square Garden. His matches with Bruno Sammartino were so hot, 10,000 fans were once turned away at the door. He was loud, brash, brilliant, and the inspiration for a young Vince McMahon, who once said Graham's charisma made him fall in love with wrestling. In Portland, though, just one match, as he was wrapping up a storied 34-year career doing a 3-month stint in Vancouver. And while he walked out of the Portland Sports Arena without a win, Dr. Jerry Graham walked into wrestling history a long time before that. Fast forward to 1988. A different kind of a one-match wonder. Dennis Condrey, one half of the iconic Midnight Express, maybe the greatest tag team of the 1980s, arrived in Portland fresh off national fame. With Bobby Eaton and Jim Cornette by his side, he tore through the tag team scene across the NWA. But Condrey's Portland run barely got out of the gate. In what became a whisper-heavy locker room tale, Condrey allegedly failed a drug test under the watchful eye of the Oregon Boxing and Wrestling Commission. Just like that, he was gone after 1 week. But not before notching wins over Art Barr in Portland and Billy Two Eagles in Seaside. Imagine what a longer run could have looked like. A Midnight Express feud with Steve Dahl and Scott Peterson? Condrey versus the Grappler? We'll never know. But for one hot moment, the arena had a taste of big league tag team royalty. And finally, we go back to 1969. Al Hobman, a name that sounds like a character from a detective novel, but this New Zealand native had a cup of coffee in the Pacific Northwest scene that's more mysterious than it seems. He had just wrapped up a brief stint in Japan and was working up in Stampede Wrestling in Canada. On April 26, Hobman teamed with Luigi Massera at the Portland Sports Arena in a losing effort against the Von Steigers. Then he popped up in Salem twice and somehow got booked against Gene Kaninsky, a Canadian icon at Memorial Coliseum. That's a strange pairing if there ever was one. After 4 matches in Australia, Hobman hung up his boots. Just like that, a promising career that flickered across 3 continents, gone as fast as it came. 3 men, 3 matches, 3 careers, each wildly different, and each touched the canvas in Portland just once. Dr. Jerry Graham's legacy speaks for itself. Dennis Condrey brought national stardom that barely had time to breathe. And Al Hobman? He reminds us that for every superstar, there are 10 more who pass through with nothing more than a handshake and a booking slip. Hey, thanks for joining me on One Match Wonders. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe, share, and like, and come back next time, because sometimes the best stories come from the ones who didn't stick around. If you've enjoyed these stories from Portland Wrestling's Forgotten Names, there's one book you need to own. The Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers by wrestling historian Mike Rogers is the definitive guide to Don Owen's wrestling empire. Over 500 pages of names, match results, and history, covering every wrestler who ever stepped foot inside the Portland Sports Arena. From Roddy Piper to Rip Oliver, from the stars to the one-match wonders, it's all in here. Available now on Amazon. It's the Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers, because if they wrestled here, they're in here.